Greetings, friends and fellow folkies, and a very happy new year to you. Welcome along to the
Happy
Garden
New Year.
Sessions podcast at gardensessions.co.uk, broadcasting from Reiff, Coigach in the far northwest of Scotland. I'm Jack Foster, and with me are the Porthos, Arthos and Aramis of the Scottish folk scene. Talking, of course, of Tom Harland, Dave the Angles Gimble, and yep, he's still with us, Frank Burkitt.
Can I be Porthos? I think I must be Porthos after Dave's crumble.
If the truth be told, I don't know the difference between them.
I think they all had beards.
Yeah, no,
That's not really a difference between them, though, is it, Frank? That's a similarity.
Porthos was the chubby one, so
That's certainly not me, then.
I've eaten so much of the good angle crumble that.
Tom, what's on?
Oh, what's on? Folkie news and what's on up in store for 2007. I'll be telling you about that a bit later on. We'll be hearing the best of Dave's angles.
That'll be a treat.
The best of Dave's angles.
What's your favourite going to be, Angles?
I'm not telling
Oh, go on.
Every time.
Every time.
We're going to be hearing the first number one of the official Garden Sessions download chart for 2007, as well as the New Year's letters bag.
The New Year's letters bag.
The Christmas one was interesting.
Or non-existent, if I remember correctly.
So we're up here in
Had a bit too much cranberry sauce. Couldn't think straight.
We're up here in a wee bothy in the Highlands. We've got a nice peat fire going, and we've been getting up to some activities while we've been up here. Do you want to tell us about them?
We certainly have. We have a report from the second annual Handba between Polbain and Achiltibuie. Tom took part in the epic battle.
He was our man on the spot.
How was your leg, Tom?
It's bearing up, you know. I mean, I received a good massage today, and that sorted it out for me, you know. So.
Well, Tom, as you're being pampered up here in the northwest, do you want to get us started with your favourite tune of the year?
Favourite tune of 2006?
What did you go for?
Well, in 2006, my favourite part of that was heading up to the northwest of this same spot on the Folk Odyssey, and this is one of the songs that came about as a result of that. It's Katie Mackenzie from Face Ross, and it's called Eileen Anna.
So that was Eileen and Aigh, performed by Katie Mackenzie, Tom's favourite tune of 2006.
Good choice.
Very, very worthy choice.
Very good choice.
Well, we're in the Highlands anyway for New Year. Up in Coigach, as we said before. What surroundings these are.
Oh, they're amazing. There's just mountain after mountain. It's incredible.
Are we still planning on climbing one, or is that?
That's out the window. I
We had a
think.
nice
Long
walk
since.
along Achnahaird Bay to do that.
We
That
did.
was good.
That was
Certainly
quite
did.
pleasant. And we certainly saw the beach down at the old Handba.
Befriended a small
Yeah,
dog.
I would have thought Tom would have had enough of beach for one day.
Oh, especially after getting battered in the handball, but more on that coming up later on, I believe.
Can't wait.
In the meantime, we've lined up a couple of bits and pieces, all of our favourite tunes and moments of 2006, and we're going to move on with that now. I think it's time for Jack, your favourite moment of the last year.
My favourite moment of the last year.
Favourite moment of the last year.
Well,
Favourite moment of the last year.
it has to be the Ross on Wye Cider Festival,
Oh, good choice.
I would say. Tom and I went down there in, was it September?
Yeah, it was.
Indeed. Well, let's hear the.
Oh, are we
Once
getting a
we
wee
piece
recap
together
on
that.
that?
We can return to the Cider Festival.
Brilliant.
Okay, I'm joined by Toby Lovell, no stranger to the garden sessions. We're here in his home turf, though. Standing at the Cider Festival, he's got a glass of cider in his hands, and hopefully going to tell us a little bit about the history behind this festival and what it's all about. How are you doing, Toby? Good to see you.
Hi, the festival's been going for 4 years, 2 years in its kind of current state, but this is the first year it's been a prolonged whole weekend thing.
In previous years, it's not been held as such a big event as this, then.
It's kind of evolved from the first year. It was a tiny little one day, just a few people up in the village, and it's just sort of just evolved itself anyway, without much input from a lot of hard work.
So I'm joined with Alex and Andy, and they're making cider. They're pressing stuff. So basically we've got a tractor which seems to be linked to a series of, what are these sacks here?
Well, that operates two devices. The tractor operates the scratter, which is under here. That's used to chop.
shreds.
All,
Yeah,
that
the
shreds
pairs.
all the pairs
Yeah.
into a fine pulp.
And then there's a
It
big
comes out the
bucket
hop
full
at
of
the
this
bottom,
pulp.
yeah. Then the pulp is then put in these horsehair things, which we call cheeses.
Cheeses.
And then
So anyway, it's Toby Lovell and family running this thing, this lordish farm.
Absolute lords. This place is like the Shire in the Lord of the Rings. Big orchards, sort of laden down with huge apples and just really nice rolling countryside.
Wandering away in my back against the wall. Not a word has passed between us, comes to recall. Just your shadow at the window as you pass on down the hall. You never wanted me, never knew me at all. I haven't any picture to set before my eyes. Nothing I can blame when the blues start to rise. Just a memory of laughter and a run out of life. But if I could change my ways, we would never say goodbye. If you ever get the time, please think of me. It's a love that can be broken and there isn't any key. I'm only in your mind, only you can set me free. Can't hurt me anymore, and that isn't hard to see. Someday someone will leave you, and I know you'll feel the same. But you mark it down to memory, and then dream it never came. But there are no answers given when love is just a game. And you never wanted me, and now I feel the same.
So that was us at the Cider Festival, me and Jack there. Hopefully next year, Angles, you will be there. Will you?
Possibly, probably.
Yeah.
Well, let's
You've
hope
got to
so.
get yourself along to one of these excursions.
Frank,
Although,
do you fancy taking on a
it
bit
is
of
here.
Oh, definitely.
A bit of cider?
I'm there already.
Good stuff.
I'm
pleased
eager.
to hear it. So coming up, we've got the Folkie news and the best of what's coming up in 2007. We've got the best of Dave's angles from 2006.
I cannot wait.
Come on,
by the
Angus,
way.
what's your favourite?
The
I'm
best.
not telling you.
The official Garden Sessions
Bastard.
download chart number 1 for first number 1 in 2007. New Year's letter bag, the Handba report. But just now, I think we're going to head over to Frank to hear his Garden Sessions featured artist of the year.
My favourite featured artist of the year has got to be Big Martin Boland from
Hey.
the
Martin Boland.
He's a good man. His tunes are awesome, but also his interview, I think, was absolutely spot on. So I think we're going to listen to Beneath the Flood
Wow.
by Martin Boland from the album
Mm-hmm.
Dreams in Blue.
If I walked into the ocean, would a darkness rescue me? Would I resolve the questions between myself and me? Would I find any answers to the stain upon my blood? Or would I simply find myself as I fall beneath the flood? There's a harbor in the distance with its arms outstretched to me. There's a light but it's not turning to shine its light on me. But I can find my way without it as long as you're with me. Beneath a dark unbroken heaven, the silent ghost gulls fly. Their wings are wrapped in darkness like a blanket in the sky. Would they vanish in that moment when I close my eyes to sleep? Or would I simply find myself as I fall beneath the deep? There's a harbor in the distance with its arms outstretched to me. There's a light but it's not turning to shine its light on me. I can find my way without it as long as you're with me. The waves roar upon the foreshore, yet whisper as they die. The night breaks its vow of silence with a white gull's mournful cry. In the narrow light of morning is the stain washed from my blood? Or will I find with darks returning that I fall beneath the flood? There's a harbor in the distance with its arms outstretched to me. There's a light but it's not turning to shine its light on me. I can find my way without it as long as you're with me.
That was Martin Boland with Beneath the Flood. Yeah, that was a cracking featured artist.
It was indeed.
But you're listening to the Garden Sessions New Year's special. Contact us at podcast@gardensessions.co.uk.
I just say, Frank, what a new year it has been.
It has been
fantastic.
Cracker. Contact us at podcast@gardensessions.co.uk. Visit the website gardensessions.co.uk for plentiful free downloads.
Plentiful
of the best in new
Free
songwriting
was
and
that,
traditional
Frank?
folk music. Absolutely free.
Not a penny need spending.
Not a penny. Don't worry. So, over to Angles, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, as Tom said, we had a fantastic year in 2006. We travelled far and wide, all around the globe. In fact, well, not all around the globe. Not all around.
We did some globe trotting.
A little bit across the globe.
Where did you
You
go?
left your front door, Angles, and wandered about the streets of Edinburgh.
I didn't go anywhere. Sinead went to Spain and sent us back some music, so that's a bit
true.
away
Spain
around
and
the globe.
Britain, the globe.
The globe.
We went European.
I've got a very small globe with
Anyway.
half the countries missing. And Tom was up here sending us back all the Tom's Folk Odyssey kind of stuff, and while all that was going on, me and Jack and yourself, Frank, were in Edinburgh.
It was a
Doing
cracking
the
month.
festival.
that was
Remember it well.
It was a good summer,
Ah,
good
it's
fun.
warm weather.
Oh,
Takes me back.
the sleets just battering the roof of this little
Yeah.
bothy that we're staying in at the moment.
It's getting pretty weather
We
worn.
need to get some more peat on this fire soon.
But in the meantime, we're going to hear some more of the Edinburgh Festival reports that Frank and I and Jack managed to cobble together during that month of the festival.
I was away in England yesterday and it was dead before I went away, and I came back and it's like madness. I was like, what's going on?
Excellent, I've got two gidgets with me. This is an ironbark, which was painted by an Aboriginal friend of mine, and this is a bloodwood eucalyptus. So it's just a piece of eucalyptus tree that's been eaten out by termites. No beeswax on the ends.
Come on, Kirkcaldy, I long to see your happy face again. Come on, Kirkcaldy, I only came 2,000 miles to see one of your lovely smiles.
Then we break into a raging chorus. We forget some of the lines, but Tommy still adores us, 'cause it brings him back to the time when he stood on the front line and dreamt of hours spent good old drinking time. We've been spoiled for choice for music, I think, tonight. We've had some pound and fiddle.
Here in the Royal Oak, of course.
In the Royal Oak, of course. The place to be for folk in the festival.
It's been a sterling evening.
It has been. We've seen some violence.
It's had its highs and it's had its lows.
We have. It's had.
Doesn't come across so well on radio, but you've got to trust us when we say it was amazing. The fiddle, it sounds just like any old fiddle being played, but this guy was standing on a tightrope, jigging on the tightrope whilst playing this fiddle on Middle Meadow Walk. Dave and I are sat on Bean Street and Nicholson Street, just chilling back with a cup of tea each. Dave's buying. This is his round of tea. Cheers, Dave.
Well, that's all right. I wouldn't really honestly be buying you this cup of tea if I wasn't being forced to, but I think while we are sitting back enjoying our cup of tea, we've got to remember Tom up in the Highlands all by himself making tea in a pot.
We'll drink a little toast to Tom, I think.
To Tom.
I don't want to leave. Like, we're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're pretty bummed out.
Excellent. Well,
So-
sure. Email address, that's the
our email address. You can go to our MySpace page.
Yeah.
MySpace/Luminescent Orchestra. That's L. How do I spell that?
LUMINESCENTORCHESTRII.
The Luminescent Orchestra. No doubt as to how to spell that now. That was the Edinburgh Festival 06 there, Dave led us into, featuring Mike the Legend of Sandy Bells, Tom the Pom, and music from Martin Bull and myself, Frank Burkitt, who's sitting over there. The fiddler on a rope, whom we've since discovered is Quabana Lindsay, and we entertained him in the Bothy as a guest of former featured artist Susanna Orr Holland. But Tom spent August living in a tent here, incidentally,
indeed,
where this New Year special is being broadcast from, in Coigach, intrepidly searching for those hidden folky treasures that only the Scottish Highlands could deliver.
I think we shall, I can't wait.
Tom's Folk Odyssey and his quest for the Northwest Passage.
I'm about to have a final drink, a nightcap, and a smoke of the evening, and review what was a pounding night in the Coigach Community Hall. Extremely friendly people. Extremely friendly people. Sorry, I was just disturbed by a noise there outside. It's just some kind of animal of the night.
Tom, can you hear me?
I can, yeah. How's it going, man?
Oh, good to hear your voice, man. I've been loving the reports.
Oh, cheers, man. Yeah. I'm just currently down on the coast, just trying to get away from these bastard midges, you know. They're giving me some bother, but just down here, just nice to hear you, man. I've been loving the garden sessions.
Yeah, amazing music. And there was about at least 6 fiddles, possibly more, maybe 7. There was an accordion, there was a good guitarist, there was a Dutch family who had a mini guitar that they'd brought along, there was Kaylee dancing, and I think the highlight for me was this last that was playing the piano, who had an absurdly beautiful voice by the name of Hazel, who was the only person I got a vague kind of interview with, and yeah, she played a beautiful piano.
Tom's Folk Odyssey and his quest for the Northwest Passage.
Haven't heard that for a while.
Good to play that jingle again. That fairly took me back there, back to the Folk Odyssey. And in that little set there, you heard the Face Ross West Coast Reels and Hazel Baracluch, whose family were really nice to me when I was up here. They took me out in their boat and such like. Had me around for dinner a couple of times. it's a bit of a different garden sessions. It should theoretically be a better one, but we're all probably a bit drunk.
Slightly.
Just a little.
Yeah. Coming up, we've got the best of Dave's angles.
What's your favourite angle?
Good. Come on, Dave. He's shaking his head vigorously.
He's not to be tempted. We've got the official Garden Sessions download chart for 2007.
Yeah, Dave, any hints about that? How's the chart looking?
Well, it's interesting.
Good. That's what I like to hear. We've got the New Year's letters bag coming up. Hey. Looking forward to that. The handball report, which I really am looking forward to.
It was so good. It was so good.
And
are you not looking forward to the letters bag?
Yeah, what's wrong with the letters bag?
Letters bag's the best part.
Do you not care about what the listeners have to say, Tom?
Of course I'm looking forward to the letters. It's just we've promised it so many times in the past, listeners. And we've never really come through.
We will deliver this time.
Will we? Good. I'm pleased to hear it. But for now, angles. What was your favourite tune of 2006?
We're going to wheedle something out of him here.
Well, indeed. Yeah, my favourite tune is a relatively recent one, but doing well in the charts.
Yeah.
Always moving around, but it's always in there. And it's the Laurie Watson 3 with When Maggie Gangs Away.
Well, that was Laurie Watson 3 with When Maggie Gangs Away. Angus, what's your favourite angle?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm not telling you.
Go on.
Is it not time yet? Surely.
I'll tell you what mine is.
Go on.
Now, see,
What was mine again?
I know what yours is. You've forgotten the way this works already. I know what all yours are.
This is
We're just going to
shocking.
introduce them later on. It's mine that you don't know.
It's like he has some kind of power over us. It's disgusting. So, my favourite moment of 2006.
This is an interesting choice of moment.
It is an interesting choice.
What was it? Was it
I
a festival? Was it?
No, it wasn't a festival.
Was it
It wasn't an
amazing
artist. It wasn't a particular song.
It was a
wasn't
piece of
particular
your
interview.
presenting, wasn't it, Frank?
No, it had nothing to do with me. It was all Tom's foolish tongue.
Oh,
that,
Tom's foolish tongue.
Provided the
foolish tongue.
hilarity.
I'm still no clearer as to what moment it could possibly be.
let me just clear some things up, okay? Episode 1, we're talking the very beginning.
The very beginning.
When
The
I
very
was
beginning.
a featured artist, I believe, and I hadn't quite been promoted up to rank of guest presenter yet. And
Long
Tom
time
was
ago.
reading the Folkie news, and well, let's just say he stumbled over his words, and I always took it to heart and found it very amusing. So
The
that's
bar
really-
continues to host musical sessions. It is often a starting point for visitors to Edinburgh who want to seek out real Scottish traditional music, and it's priced at a very reasonable $6.99. And for more information on that, see photospin.com. I'm gonna have to spell that out. It's foot stomping. I see. It's all one word.
Interesting choice.
Oh,
Frank.
it's funny. It's fun. I like the way it went. I'm just going to spell that out. Foot stomping. Actually, you're just going to say the word right. You're not going to spell it out. You're just going to say it right. Oh, it was classic. I think Tom's occasional lapses in the spoken word
His
could
occasional
possibly
lapses
be
in the spoken
explained
word.
by this small assortment.
So we've arrived in Aigh station. We're on the platform about to have a rollie. I'm feeling quite drunk because we cracked out the Talisker on the train where we've just been drinking more whiskey. This is Tom's quest for the Northwest Passage and his folk odyssey. Sorry, I'm a bit drunk. I'm just musing over the events of last night with a pint of Guinness.
I've got a pint of Guinness here. Jack's on the Heather Ale.
I'm about to have a final drink, a nightcap and a smoke of the evening, and there was just so many that it just seemed like an impossible mission at the time when drunk. Cider mixed with rum, which I'm currently sculling back. How long will you have to sort of steep this juice for before it turns into actual alcohol? I've just tried this one with the rum and alcohol. A very reasonable £2.
Alcohol.
Yes, just alcohol. Just pure methylated spirit. That's all it said on the flyer, man. Just alcohol.
Anyway, looks towards you, man.
Catches your eye.
Slange.
The drunken
The evidence is there.
Yeah, there you go. What can I say? Well, it is New Year, so I'm well within my rights to be a bit under the weather tonight.
I think we're all.
But I'm sure that you guys have messed up a lot of times as well. I think we should access
in
vaults.
fairness to Tom, obviously the episodes are recorded, and then if there's any necessary editing, all the embarrassing moments are taken out before the episode
Not all,
goes off.
never all,
but they're truly embarrassing ones, and we've put together a small selection of the Garden Sessions bloopers from 2006.
Angles, tell us about the Angle and who's performing it this week.
The Angle this week is called Tomatin Town, and it's performed by...
Sorry?
Okay, so the Angle this week is Nomatin Town.
No, it's not.
No.
Nottingham
Town. Nottingham. Okay, so the Angle this week is Nottingham Town.
Is that nomadic town?
You're just trying to confuse me, aren't you?
Come on.
Right. So the Angle this week is Nottingham Town.
No.
What is it?
This is
Nottingham. I know, I'm thinking the same thing.
Nottingham. Okay, so the Angle this week is Nottingham Town.
Coming up next is our featured artist.
Neil Thompson. Absolute lord of the Royal Oak as well.
A fantastic singer and songwriter.
Fantastic voice, though.
Indeed.
How many fantastics can we fit into one sentence?
I think we can have a few
Can we
more.
get
It's
another?
Neil Thompson. He's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Just saying fantastic about 50. You can think of better than that.
Right, okay. Martin Boland, Beneath the Flood from Dreams in Blue. Fantastic album. The bloopers reel.
That's all of us looking a bit stupid.
Sounding a bit stupid, surely.
Oh, there you go.
Tom, shall we move on with some more music? What was your featured artist of the year?
Featured artist of the year, I've gone for David Rovics because I know how much
Frank and Angles
love him. We first ran into David Rovics not in 2006 but probably the year before.
Yeah.
At the G8 summit.
Lucky you.
Where we were up.
Indeed.
Protesting against the woes
gates
of the world.
But we weren't in the field where the riot was.
No,
We weren't there.
I didn't like the look of those riot cops on
And you
horseback.
just sort of ran into
Not many
him, did
people
you?
were there, though, if the truth be told.
Beyond them all.
There are places where there are hills. They're not just called hills, they're really hills. And there are places where there are forests, not like 12 pines, but really forests. There are places where the birds sing, you can hear the eagle call. I know they're out there, somewhere beyond the mall. There are places where there are rivers, not surrounded by concrete, but living rivers with fish in them, and frogs and little tadpoles, with ducks and deer drinking by the sinkholes. There are places far away, the trees turn colors in the fall. I know they're out there, somewhere beyond the mall. There are places you can see the sky, not neon signs and billboards, but just the sky. There are places with dirt on the ground, without miles of asphalt, not a car around, where on and in the soil good little critters crawl. I know they're out there, somewhere beyond the mall. There are places like that, and things don't have to be like this. I mean, not just cosmetic changes, things really don't have to be like this. There are places where people know their neighborhood, where people live there, and they think that life is good. There are places like that, somewhere on this spinning ball. I know they're out there, somewhere beyond the mall. There are places that I know I've got to find, otherwise I will undoubtedly lose my mind. Otherwise I'll end up just like you, on Ritalin or Prozac or whatever things you do. I'm going where the water is blue and the trees are oh so tall. I know they're out there, somewhere beyond the mall.
Tom's favourite featured artist
David
of
Rovics.
2006. That was Beyond Them All. But let's move swiftly, because we've got a lot to cover in this
We've
show.
got a year to cover.
And a whole year in what is probably going to be about an hour and a half. It is time for Dave's Angles of 2006.
Oh, your beauty.
Well, what we've decided to do this time round is to pick all of our favourite angles from all the weeks that we've been putting this shambles together.
This is just an excuse for you to get out of angling through a song this week, isn't it?
Yes, it's hard to do that kind of thing
It's
when
like,
you're a bit
it's like
pissed.
when the Simpsons do the reruns of their episodes, the flashback episodes.
It's always a bit of a cop-out.
It is. You feel cheated that you're not getting anything new.
But we're going to start with you, Jack.
With me?
So your choice for angle of the year, I believe, was the Jolly Beggar Reel.
It was indeed.
Are you going to tell us why?
Well, I think it's explained, just if you listen to some of it.
Indeed.
She took the bed in both her hands and threw it at the wall. Says, go you with the bag of man, my maidenhead and all. We'll go no more a roving in the night. We'll go no more a roving, let the moon shine so bright. We'll go no more a roving.
Okay, so first things first, song starts off and you're panning across a lonely moor somewhere, probably in the wilds of Scotland.
Always a good start for a song, a lonely moor.
Tripping, apparently, across this lonely moor. So one has to assume he's inebriated in some kind of way.
Who's tripping over the moor?
Is a jolly beggar.
A jolly beggar.
Well, he's looking for a place to stay. Obviously, he's homeless and he needs somewhere to sleep. So he comes along to a farmhouse, and the farmer's daughter comes down to open it, and there she stands. She sees the beggar. He's standing there, sort of looking forlorn and lonely, and she thinks to herself, "He's not too bad.
He's a bit of all right.
He's a bit of all right." And you know what? He's a beggar. He'll be moving on. I could just dive in here and no one would be any the wiser.
Certainly no commitment needed.
So eventually he gets invited into the house. He manages to worm his way into the house, and he says, "Well, look, I'll sleep in the corner here. I'll sleep by the fire. I won't be any trouble. I'll just sleep down on the fire. All I need is some hay and a sheet to put over it, and I'll make myself a nice comfy bed, and everything will be fine." They forget to lock the door when they go to bed.
So wait a minute, what's the scene here? The beggar's just kipping down. He's sleeping nicely by the kitchen fire.
Yeah,
or so we think anyway.
He's behind closed doors, so we can't really see what's going on at the moment. The farmer's daughter sort of comes down the stairs. She's obviously heard the door banging in the wind or something like that. Or maybe it's just that she's a wee bit curious. I'm just going down to unlock the door or to bolt the door shut so it's not banging and keeping me awake. But actually, I think really she wants to be kept awake. She sees the beggar standing absolutely starkers, naked as a jaybird. She's obviously got a twinkle in her eye, so he grabs her and he runs over to the bed and he throws her down and he sort of has his wicked way with her. But not before she says, "No, we could be quiet. Don't want my dad to hear." But no, he gets away with it. And they're lying there afterwards, maybe smoking a cigarette or a pipe or something.
A post-coital pipe.
Exactly. They're lying there in the
possibly sharing the same pipe.
And the farmer's daughter says, "Well, you're obviously not a beggar, are you? You're a lord. You're a legend." Obviously, she's very pleased with the performance.
She's had a good time.
You're not the kind of guy who's just going to come in here and have sex with me and then disappear.
Finally, someone's seen past the stereotype of the beggar and the...
You seem to have sort of overestimated the beggar a wee bit there, because basically what he does is he turns around and he says, "Well, yeah, I am a legend. That's true. But on the other hand, when you come down to it, I'm a beggar. And beggars, we're all robbers. I'm skipping out in the morning." Obviously, the farmer's daughter doesn't take too kindly to being deflowered and ditched in the same evening. She goes a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
She grabs the bed and wings it at him.
What's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story in this one, I think, is farmers' daughters, although lovely, although strapping young ladies, although in many a film or many a traditional folky kind of a tune are blonde and buxom, they're vicious, angry bastards. You don't want to mess with.
You know what, piss
You
him
reckon
off.
that's the moral? I don't know if it is, but
we'll take it.
Okay, but that's the nugget of information that I gleaned from this tune anyway.
That's Dave's angle.
It's the jolly beggar reel there, chosen by Jack as his angle of the year.
Apologies to all farming daughters.
Yeah, I'm sure
they're not all.
I didn't mean
vicious, angry bastards.
I didn't mean
cruel words.
But so we're going to move on to Frank. Frank, your choice for angle of the year was Geordie.
It was episode 7, which I believe was my first episode as a guest presenter.
I remember it well.
The first time our listeners heard your silky tones.
My silvery tones.
Silvery
I think you'll find. They're silvery.
Lost my laddie, he clasped her by the middle small, and he kissed her lips so rosy. The fairest flower of womankind is my sweet bonny lady.
Song starts off and there's this battle going on. It's up in the north somewhere, up in the Highlands.
How many
on the lonely moors
angles have begun this way?
Actually, it's probably around about where Tom might be around about now.
In the middle of a battle?
No, on the lonely moors.
No, it's on some kind of odyssey.
They kill Sir Charlie Hay. Big Sir Charlie Hay, big important guy. And they lay the blame on Geordie. Poor little Geordie,
I didn't do nothing late.
I think his name's Geordie. I'm not sure he's actually from Newcastle.
I think he is Geordie.
I think he's got to be.
He's called Geordie.
He's called Geordie.
Well, is that
captured?
No. What about the discus thrower in the film? He was called Geordie.
So she leaves for Edinburgh.
She says, "Bring me my horse."
Well, who are all these men? I'll tell you later, Geordie. Not now. Not now. All right, not now. Not in the car.
First things first.
No, not on the horse. not on the horse.
And she goes, no, you can't kill him, no, I'll give you anything you want. I'll give you my house, my kids, my dog, my world's largest collection of Barbie dolls,
my
anything.
iPod, my
take it
razor.
all, but please
She's
give
probably
me
got an
back my
iPod.
man.
Well,
She rides
yeah.
a horse though.
Perfect. You're
Back
not
in
going to
the
have a
good
car
old days.
radio there, are you? You need an iPod if you're riding a horse from Newcastle to Edinburgh.
It'll take a while.
That's true. You couldn't play Travel Scrabble on a horse either.
Well, you could if it was not moving.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be Travel Scrabble, it would just be stationary. Okay, so that was Geordie, Frank's choice for Angle of the Year. Moving on to Tom now.
Good choice. I chose Nottingham Town.
Thanks,
Was that
Tom.
Nottingham Town?
It was.
Nottingham Town.
I was going to say it, but I thought best not risk it.
Nottingham Town.
I can't even really remember why I chose this. I think when I just thought about Dave's list of angles, it struck me as being the most psychedelic, kind of like really, just really weird one. That I just remember completely spinning out during it.
I think that's because of the condition you were in when you came into the studio.
There was
Tom.
a lot of chat about mould turning people insane. Play the clip.
Basically, this song is as bizarre as it sounds. Now, the theory behind it is that it came around about the kind of time where there was these bouts of mass insanity in Europe. There was this sort of mould that you'd find growing on rye, which was one of the main staple cereal crops at the time. But the mould's called ergot, and basically...
It's called what?
Ergot.
Ergot?
Ergot.
Yeah.
And it induces hysteria and delirium and hallucinations and all this kind of crazy stuff.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Well, that's one reason for the mass insanity.
Right, so everyone was just tripping on mould.
Everyone was just tripping on mould.
I don't think...
Did they not start like choosing loaves of bread that had more mould specifically so they could get more wasted?
They might have. I don't know. It's about this guy, the narrator of the song, goes down to Nottingham Town and just basically meets all these crazy people who talk utter nonsense.
Where is Nottingham Town?
It could be derived from Nottingham. The horse sort of stops, stands still, and throws him on the dirt, which doesn't seem to make sense, because if the horse is standing still, how the hell does he manage to fall off it? But he gets a bit beaten up. But then from saddle to stirrup, I mounted again.
What? The horse beats him up?
By falling off the horse.
What is going on, Dave? What is this song all
It's
about?
just this strange medieval kind of trip.
Utter nonsense.
What?
Meets the king and
company
queen
woman.
and their band of guys. For some reason, their band of guys includes a naked drummer.
Angles, what is the moral?
Is there a moral in there?
Moral is, if you eat crazy mold, weird stuff's gonna happen. Okay, so that was Tom's choice for Angle of the Year.
Dave,
Nottingham
what's
Town, or
yours?
whatever the hell it's called.
Tell us, what's your angle of the year?
What's your angle?
My angle of the year, well, purely on the basis of Frank's comedy performance during this piece of gold.
Yeah.
You arse. You just stabbed me with a hot poker.
I think he's finally worked out what it is. Yes, I went for Barrett's Privateer.
So here I lay my 23rd year. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. It's been 6 years since we sailed away, and I just made Halifax yesterday. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateer.
This guy, unfortunate hero, but hero anyway. And he gets a letter from the king saying, "You've got to go and work on this boat." He turns up to the boat, and the boat called the Antelope, but it's just the worst boat.
After being recruited.
The Antelope?
Well,
why would you call your boat the Antelope?
I believe...
Surely the whale, the shark, the fish, the antelope.
I could
doesn't
maybe
really...
shed some light. I think the Antelope was quite a popular name for these boats.
because of
a
how
lot
well
of them-
antelopes swim.
On land, fleet of foot, serene, quick. On water, antelopes not so.
Don't know if you've seen antelopes wandering around, dude, but they're certainly not quick and nimble. No chance. It's a bit like if a sack of potatoes had legs, Dave. That is the equivalent.
What exactly do you think an antelope is?
It's a crazy little
deer-like thing.
What? I'm confused myself.
No, an antelope is a deer-like thing. A springbok, for example, national animal of South Africa, is an antelope. They're very, very quick. They outrun lions.
Antelopes do go quite fast. I was thinking of
elephants.
No. I was thinking of what are those things? What are those anteaters? There
That's
you go.
the one. Anteaters.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I hate you.
Antelopes, anteaters. It's an easy mistake to make.
Oh, whatever. Go on.
Oh, to the anteaters.
I'm
To the
surprised.
anteaters.
To the anteaters.
Because they're not nimble in water. Let me just say.
But they've got incredibly long noses, so they make up for it.
Could you think of a moral for all of the year's angles?
For all of the year's angles.
What a thing to ask.
You want me to encompass every
Everything.
single angle we've done
In a very short
since
moral.
the 8th of May into one moral?
Yes.
I suppose, as much as I hate to say it, that moral would have to be, if you get involved in folk, really bad things are going to happen on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Were those last year's angles?
They were indeed.
Frank, what was your tune of the year?
Tune of the year. Across the Western Ocean. Claire Mann and Aaron Jones. Pounding tune. Let's hear it.
Oh, the times were hard and the wages low. Amelia, where you bound? Oh, the Rocky Mountains are my home. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. It's a land of plenty, there you'll see. Amelia, where you bound? I am off across the Western Sea. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. To Liverpool I'll make my way. Amelia, where you bound? To Liverpool, that seaboard town. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. There's a Liverpool pat with the sailor's hat. Amelia, where you bound? And Yankee John the packet rat. Across the Western Ocean. Across the Western Ocean. Beware those packet ships, I pray. Amelia, where you bound? They'll steal your gold and your stars away. Across the Western Ocean. across the western ocean. Oh, the times were hard and the wages low, and me and you were you bound. Oh, the Rocky Mountains are my home, across the western ocean. Across the western ocean.
Clareman and Aaron Jones, Across the Western
Yes.
Ocean. Cracking tune. Tom,
Tune.
he had a moment of the year.
Oh, moment of the year. My moment of the year is Knockengorroch World Ceilidh Festival in Dumfries and Galloway.
Fantastic festival. Should we hear the clip?
Yeah, let's. I found myself in a windswept sea of folkies.
Describe the crowd, man.
Load of folkies bouncing up and down, just like a choppy sea. It's crazy. Amazing fiddle and accordion. We're in the acoustic village, a pleasant sort of tent-type shack affair, reminiscent of the Royal Oak. A lot of folkies, hippies, smoking weed, playing away. It's just immense, really.
What instruments have we got around us?
We've got a couple of guitars, we've got a whistle, we've even got a melodica, various kind of percussion instruments.
Sure, that's the reason why we're in the morning for the pride of Edinburgh. I know my heart has grown red ever since the day you wandered far away. I know there's good for so they say, but nothing like the pride of Edinburgh. Friday at the fair of Ballintover, Eileen met McGrath the cattle jobber. I'd like to make me mark upon the robber who stole away the pride of Edinburgh. He didn't even see the girl at all, even when she ogled him underneath her shawl. Looking big and masterful when she was looking small. We're all about the pride of Edinburgh. Eileen, my heart has grown red ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen, there's good for so they say, but none of them like the pride of Edinburgh. So it went, it was in the beginning. Eileen was bent upon the winning bee. McGrath contentedly was grinning, he's sitting with the pride of Edinburgh. Eileen, my heart has grown red ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen, there's good for so to say, but none of them like the pride of Petrov.
Ah, Knockengorroch. It was so good, eh?
It was.
That was my favourite recording as well of Sinead Connolly's Eileen Og,
which has been in and out of the charts.
In and out of the charts at number 1, skipped around about the Garden Sessions download chart. Angles, featured artist of 2006, you're up.
Yeah, I went for Toby Lovell.
Toby Lovell?
Of Cider
go
Festival and the Royal Oak type fame.
Well, hang around, love, fool around, get me down. Hang around, love, fooling around, get me down. Well, hanging around, love, fooling around, you sure get me down. Well, if I'm hanging around and fooling around too long, working on this chain gang, get me down. Working on this chain gang, get me down. Well, working on this chain gang, Lord, sure get me down. Well, if I'm laying up in that chain gang too long. Yeah, police and that high sheriff coming down. Police and that high sheriff coming down. Well, police and that high sheriff law coming down. Well, and you know you don't wanna die. 30 days in a jail cell, get me down. 30 days in a jail cell, get me down. Well, 30 days in a jail cell, Lord, sure get me down. Well, if I'm laying up in that jail cell too long. Yeah, rope man and that gob man coming down. Rope man and that gob man coming down. Well, rope man and that gob man, Lord, you're coming down. Well, and you know you don't wanna help.
So that was Toby Lovell there, my featured artist of 2006.
Good choice. But these are all good choices, really.
Yeah, I mean, we could have chosen anyone pretty
Good
much.
list to choose from.
Jack, who's your featured artist of 2006?
It was Tantiri.
Tantiri.
They were fantastic. Came around and recorded some stuff in the Bothy.
First recorded in the
Another
Bothy.
brilliant choice.
Cracking.
Absolutely. This is Roving Plowboy.
Yes.
Come saddle to me, my old grey mare, saddle to me, my pony, oh, for I'm on the road and I'm gone far awa with the roving ploughboy, oh, ploughboy, oh, ploughboy, oh. Follow the roving ploughboy, oh. Last night I slept on a fine feather bed, sheets and blankets so cosy, oh. Tonight I will sleep on a cold barn flare, riding the errands of my ploughboy, oh. Ploughboy, oh, ploughboy, oh. Follow the roving ploughboy, oh. Champion ploughboy, my Geordie lad, cups and medals and prizes, oh. In bonny Devonside there is none to compare with my jolly roving ploughboy, oh. Ploughboy, oh, ploughboy, oh.
follow the roving ploughboy-o. Say fare thee weel to Huntleighton, fare thee weel Drumdelgie-o, for I'm on the road and I'm going far awa' with my roving ploughboy-o. Ploughboy-o, ploughboy-o, follow the roving ploughboy-o. Ploughboy-o, ploughboy-o, follow the roving ploughboy-o.
That was Tantiri, Roving Ploughboy, and it seems like a good time, saying as that was my favourite featured artist of the year to play, what was my favourite song.
That would be the next logical step.
Yeah, it would be. Why should we dawdle?
Yeah.
This was from the Tannehill CD, which we got from Burkitt and Records, and it's Emily Smith.
So, Emily Smith there, Lay Me on a Wintry Lea. What a choice, Jack.
Yeah.
Magnificent.
I was quite pleased with that choice.
I really like the other. What's the other one called? The one about the desert island. Fly Me to some desert isle. That's a beautiful song as well. Anyway, still to come, Folkie news and what's in store for 2007. The official Garden Sessions download chart. Who will be number one in 2007? Angles.
I share the excitement.
Positively brimming over with excitement there.
What's he doing?
I'm not quite sure. I think I said brimming, but I meant brimming.
Okay.
The new year letters bag.
My God, the excitement's still rushing up inside, and you can hear it.
So much still to
as
come.
well as more of the best in new songwriting and traditional folk music. That's pretty much all of our 2006 stuff.
Oh, but what a year.
For one last recording we made yesterday here up in
Coigach.
Oh,
yes. Yes.
It's that time.
How's your leg doing, Tom?
Yes.
I am excited.
Listeners, honestly, when you hear the noises, you'll be able to feel the punches.
Oh, you'll feel the pain, huh? Let's hand over now to Jack, Angles and Frank on Baden Tarbert Beach. It's the handball.
Thank you, Tom. On this day, not but 1 year hence, a battle was fought here on this very beach. The villagers of Achiltibuie and Polbain met at 2 p.m. The battle was fierce and bloody, but eventually 'twas Polbain who emerged victorious to bask in the glory that befell the winner of the first annual Handba of Hogmanay 2005. Once again, the stage is set. The battle line's drawn. There are no rules. So will Polbain hold their title? Will Achiltibuie lead their troops to victory? Will Tom emerge alive? We'll know the answers to all these questions and more very soon.
Thank you, Frank. Well, we're here on Baden Tarbert Beach.
I have to say, it's quite a nice day for it. It's clear, there's no rain in the air as of yet.
The sun's kind of poking through.
That's true, but we're all wearing big jackets because it is cold.
It's true, not like the players down there on the beach.
No, and in amongst those players getting ready for the kick-off, punch-off, or run-off, or whatever you want to call it, of the handball, is Tom.
Tom Harland.
Can we catch him? He's come to join us. How's the training been going?
Just been warming up. Had a big breakfast this morning, man. You know.
Do you think it's wise to actually participate in this savage game on such a full stomach?
Last year when I did it, I was sick against the dry stone dike. So this year I tried to eat less, and I've been trying to do a warm up, but I'm already knackered.
Am I mistaken in thinking that you even dipped into that sea this morning?
Yeah, I gave myself a good cold shock to clear
the
hangover.
Just committed to the cause.
Tom, if you could sum up what you're feeling right now in one word, what would that word be?
Scared.
Okay.
I would be too. There's some big guys down there. They really do look quite.
There's some big women as well,
Big fishermen down there.
They could inflict a lot of pain.
Let's get to the touchline.
Okay, we're ready.
Just about to start.
Yep, okay. Come on, Tom.
Hey.
Good luck.
There we go. Okay, I think they're all assembling. It started.
It's on, and the ball is gone. The ball has gone. Oh, Angles has been taken down. Frank and I seem to be safe.
Tom has actually come. Manhandled.
We're on the move.
We're on the move.
We're on the move. We're chasing it.
Tom has just hit the deck like a sack of anvils. It really did look painful.
Took the recording equipment with him.
Told you we were too close.
We're now running down the road. It looks like it's going in the direction of Achiltibuie. So
they're heading up the hill, but
so Polbain are doing well.
Disadvantage situation here.
Right, can you see?
Yeah, all I can see is a mass of bodies. It's so savage and manly.
Hold on, it's turning the other way. We're going back out towards Polbain.
Tom has just narrowly avoided a stream.
Okay, Frank, something rather unusual about Achiltibuie getting up to Polbain here.
Yeah, well,
it's a big disadvantage that Achiltibuie have got here. They've got a hill. It's really quite steep and quite long, but every so often the ball does make its way slightly up.
Tom's down. We're going into the field. Tom. Okay, it's okay.
How are you feeling, Tom?
I'll give you some water.
I have to remind you, Tom, there are no rules. That high tackle, I'm afraid, was perfectly valid.
Angles, how many rules?
Well, there are actually no rules.
No rules, okay.
A wee sprint up the road for it.
That was a hard fishing.
We're in the car now.
Yeah, safety car. We're going alongside. Tom's just at the window.
Tom's at the window.
I could use a lift. It's proving difficult now.
No
even just to keep up with the action.
No lifts, but no rules.
Well, there's no rules.
The ball ended up way out in a bog, and it's just now a couple of hard fishermen beating the shit out of a couple of toffs.
Get in, there are no rules.
Yeah, get in, Tom. Come on. If you can get the ball in with you.
No ball, but Tom's in the car. We're on our way up now towards Achiltibuie, which means, Tom, Polbain are winning this.
I don't know who's winning.
We seem to be at the front of it now. We're at the sign. I can't quite see the person.
I think that's we.
Achiltibuie on the sign.
So wait a minute, I can't quite see from here who it was, but it looks like Polbain have taken it.
So Polbain have got it, yes.
Second year running.
Congratulate the wee lad.
Yeah.
Well, join him, Tom.
Okay.
You were part of that.
Well, there you are, folks.
Big chicken.
Polbain, winners of the second annual Handba 2006 Hogmanay. Well, there you go.
Indeed, we're looking forward to
We're looking forward to New Year, yeah. But I would just like to say, although there are no rules in handball, it is played by the rules of gentlemanly conduct, and Tom took a lift and is now celebrating with his team. So I think he's probably going to have to be stoned on the beach.
I think I'm glad to see that he's actually shaking hands with the man that he got into a bit of a tussle with early on.
It's good to see
that after
all
all
differences, they don't mean anything.
After the game's done, you know, we're all friends.
It's all done. Well, back to myself, Frank, Angles, and even Tom in our special Highlands studio for the rest of our New Year's special. That was fun.
It was absolutely thrilling.
Oh, dear me, Tom.
Yes.
Tom got battered.
I got a good
battered by the
It was a
yokels.
good afternoon, but it was fun. It was fun indeed.
And just out of interest, Jack, are there many rules in the handball?
No rules.
No rules.
Absolutely no rules.
In all
Just
fairness,
to clear
Tom, I
that
think
up.
I owe you an apology.
Well, there are no rules.
I was a bit bitter about the fact that I was a bit bitter about the fact that you'd taken a lift and all that kind of thing. But I think it was just because the first thing you did after the whistle sounded was to hunt me down and take me out.
Yeah,
Okay.
Angles ended up in the bog.
It was fun
as well.
But anyway, Tom.
It's news. It's folk.
What is it, Tom?
It's the Folkie News.
And the Folkie News brought to you this week, as ever, in association with Paddy Bort's Wee Folk Club.
Well, every Sunday night at the Oak, we've got the Wee Folk Club at 8:30. An intimate venue, 30 seats, acoustic. It's a great night out. We've got fantastic musicians and singers. Every Sunday night, do come along.
7th of January at the Wee Folk Club. It's
Folk
Paul McKenna. Paul draws from the rich traditions of Scottish and Irish music and blends it with modern rock and contemporary songwriting, influenced by great folk performers including Christy Moore, Dick Gaughan, the Waterboys, and also contemporary artists such as, you'll like this, Angles, Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
Ooh.
So it sounds like that could be really interesting.
Yes.
Tickets are just £3.
Just £3.
£3. A bargain.
That's all you've got to pay.
Well, you could chip into the raffle as well, but that's only an extra quid, and you could win a T-shirt or a bottle of wine.
Indeed.
And that's the Royal Oak on Infirmary Street in Edinburgh. Moving on with the Folkie News. From Wednesday the 17th January to Sunday the 4th of February. One of the most important dates in the Folkie Diary. Angles, is it in yours?
It is in mine.
Good.
It's in mine.
It's the Celtic Connections 2007. The cream of Celtic music talent from around the globe will flock to Glasgow, City of Culture,
1990,
for the 14th Annual Celtic Connections Festival in 2007. Over almost 3 weeks, the city will be alive with the sound of modern Celtic rock, dance, big bands, choral performances, international folk superstars, theatre, pipe and traditional pipe bands and ceilidhs, and hopefully the garden sessions will be there. I can confirm that I'll be going to see Richie Havens. That's at CelticConnections.com. Moving on with the Folkie News, Leith Folk Club. Tuesday 9th of January, it's the Shona Mooney Trio. Borders fiddle player Shona Mooney is the current BBC Radio Scotland Young Traditional Musician of the Year.
Credentials.
Fresh from appearances at Fiddle 2006 and the Scots Trad Music Awards, she is accompanied by Mary Hall on the piano and David Delahaye. That's at leithfolkclub.com. Looking much further ahead, we should mention at least briefly, Christy Moore with Declan Sinnott will be performing in the Usher Hall in Edinburgh on the 8th of April, so book your tickets early for that. Angles.
Declan Sinnott.
Declan Sinnott, indeed. usherhall.co.uk. That was the Folkie News.
The official Garden Sessions download chart. The official Garden Sessions download chart.
At number 10, it's down 1 for Lolita Cafe with Running Wild. At 9, it's down 4 for Rantum Scantum with Hush.
Dreams come up.
At number 8, it's a non-mover for the Laurie Watson 3 with Cape on Tree.
Non-mover, eh?
Non-mover, nothing happening there at all, I'm afraid. At number 7, Frank, it's your tune of the year. Claire Mann and Aaron Jones with Across the West.
Still in the charts in 2007.
Mann and Jones.
Near where you bound, and Yankee John the packet rat across the Western Ocean.
At number 6, it's up 1 for Four Chords and the Truth with Matty Groves.
Yes.
At number 5, it's down 2 for Claire Mann and Aaron Jones again.
Mann and Jones
Two in the top 10.
At number 4, it's up 2 for my choice of the year, the Laurie Watson 3 with When Maggie Gangs Away.
Good song.
At number 3, it's yourself, Frank, with
Oh,
Military Band.
3.
That's a non-mover there.
3 is the magic number.
We'll play aloud with all of our might while I think about you crossing off those days and nights, and with every gunshot and blast, I think we'll hear be flying your flag at half mast.
At 2, it's a non-mover for Andy Chung with The Wee Room, which means
what does
it's finally
It's
time.
got
Only
to
one
mean
thing.
only one thing,
The
sure.
first
The penny's dropping.
Garden Sessions official download chart, number 1 for 2007.
Yeah.
It's Andy Chung with The Penny Falls.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Coming to strike some piece of luck, playing on the penny falls. For the now is turned back to dust. Here it is, that's all. Pockets full of jingling change, playing on the penny falls. Long summer days to waste away till my mother calls. I'll loose a fishing for a spell. On the links I'll ride the carousel. This floating world is something else, as sights and sounds undo themselves. I'll be coming to strike some piece of luck, playing on the penny falls. For the now is turned back to dust. Here it is, that's all. Pockets full of jingling change, playing on the penny falls. Long summer days to waste away till the autumn falls. Papagallo's parlour on the Brom, 99 was the number of the song. Always felt out on a limb because I was fighting for a prize that never was. Are we coming to strike some piece of luck, playing on the penny falls? For the now is turned back to dust. Here it is, that's all. Pockets full of jingling change, playing on the penny falls. Long summer days to waste away till the autumn falls. From the start here, this heart was born to time, born to chance. Won't you watch me and I'll watch you make the silver dance? From the start here, this heart was born to time, born to chance. Won't you help me and I'll help you make the silver dance? They're always through my parents' hands, so I go with this heart to make commands. Imaginings I could never understand. Under Jesse Gailey's wings I'll learn to dance. I'll be coming to strike some piece of luck, playing on the penny falls. For the now is turned back to dust. Here it is, that's all. Pockets full of jingling change, playing on the penny falls. Long summer days to waste away till my mother calls. Bestest feeling of all. Here it is, that's all. Playing on the penny falls.
That was a Penny Falls, Chung, lording it up for New Year.
Our New Year's number one.
Ooh. What a great year it's been, Jack.
There's been so much that's happened, but so much that's going to happen in the year to come.
And we're going to be consolidating on some of the things that we've already done this year by going to them again.
Yeah.
Or rather last year, whatever, always get confused. Anyway, we'll be going to Knockengorrick, as we live in Edinburgh, fine city that it is. We'll also be going to the Edinburgh Festival kind of chat. Not sure whether I'll have a Folk Odyssey again. Folk Odyssey 2 I might do.
Odyssey returns.
I might
this time it's personal.
Yeah, I might take on a second Odyssey. We'll be going to Ross on Wye again for Toby Lovell's Cider Festival. Wouldn't miss that. Coast of Royal Oak Folk Festival.
The Royal
When's
Oak
that, Jack?
Folk Festival.
That
is about March time, I think.
Brilliant.
But keep an eye on the website, and I'm sure you will be kept informed.
And a special little mention for something that's going to be happening next year. This year, yeah.
Get with the programme, get with the times, Tom. You're so 2006.
2007 now, Tom.
I don't know. I'm hungover and now slightly drunk. It's the Garden Sessions birthday
Keep
bash.
it for the montage.
It will be the Garden Sessions birthday bash. On what date? What's our birthday?
The 8th of May.
The 8th of May.
It took us a long time to work it out. We had to get statistical charts and stuff.
Statistical charts as opposed to what other kind of charts?
Charts would just have pictures of bunny rabbits on them.
It's time for the letters bag, the first of 2007, and I believe that Frank has a letter.
Dear Garden Sessions, I've been an avid listener to the show ever since the first Knockengorrick report in May, brackets, episode 2. The abundance of quality folk never ceases to amaze. But I thought, what with New Year being the time for resolutions and such like, this might be a good time to set in stone whether or not Angles will be at the festival in May. And that's from Hannah from York.
Angles, will you?
Will I be at Knockengorrick?
Yeah. Answer the question.
I think you've already answered it once.
Yeah.
Live on air.
But the thing is, if I say yes and then can't go for whatever
You've
reason,
already said yes, so you're consolidating.
Okay.
Throw some caution to the wind.
Yes, I will go. But
Okay.
you have to admit that there are some legitimate excuses.
No.
If I lose a leg, I'm not going.
Tom.
Not interested.
Dave.
Read your letter.
My letter. My letter comes from Rita in Madrid, and it reads, Dear Garden Sessions, Happy New Year to Jack, Tom, Dave and Frank. I've enjoyed 2006 and I'm looking forward to 2007. One question though. Come the summer, is there going to be another Tom's Folk Odyssey?
Well, I partially answered that. I don't know if there will be. I can't say for certain about whether I'll go on another Folk Odyssey. I'll be leaving Edinburgh at some point, though, to go on a kind of worldwide Odyssey. So she'll send
Mammoth Folk Odyssey.
She'll send back reports from that, I'm sure. And
Podcast.
Yes.
It's Frank.
Hey.
Does this mean we can go and drink more now?
It does look like we're getting towards the end. It's that time. Tom, what's on the next
Regular
show?
features, Folkie News, David Angle, the official Garden Session style of chart, the letters bags, as well as all the best in new songwriting and traditional folk music.
And if you'd like to get in touch, contact podcast at gardensessions.co.uk or visit the website gardensessions.co.uk, where there are free downloads and plenty of the finest folk music about.
And Frank, your last festive show.
Oh,
it's a shame.
No.
Yeah.
It's been a good
Been a
Christmas,
nice
a good New
festive
Year.
season.
Believe
It's
it.
been a good couple of shows. But
That's me, just elbowed out into
It's
the
been
street.
great having you home for the holidays.
1 minute you're on top of the world, the next minute no
It
one knows
doesn't
your
sound
name.
like you're going to be a stranger
Should've
to the
listened to
Garden
Davra.
Sessions for so long, though,
No.
Frank.
No.
Well, till next time and onward into 2007, you've been listening to the Garden Sessions. And a very happy new year to you all from me, Jack Foster, Tom Harland, Dave the Angles Gimble and Frank Burkitt.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
My
Goodbye.
Easy,
people.
catch you later down the Folkie Trail.
Cheerio.
And we'll be singing you out with a rendition of Old Lang Syne, along with the help of Frank. Who's
Thank
going to be
goodness.
singing lead.
Enjoy this.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne.
surely you'll be our pine stoop, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll drink a recht good willie wacht for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne. We twine about the braes and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered mony a weary fit since old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne. We twa pedalled in the barn frae morning sun till dine, but seas atween us braid he roared since old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty fair, and gi's a hand o' thine, and we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for